need the positivity of Dancing with the Stars. That's why I always love doing these interviews, because there's no drama, there's no tragedy. It's just a fun dancing show. We need this right now.
Everybody needs that. It's just such an uplifting show. It's so incredibly proud to be part of it, and we've got some amazing new pros this season as well. Shout out to Daniella, and massive shout out to Brit Stewart. Whoop whoop! She wasn't here last season, and she's like a really, really, really close friend of ours. So I'm so stoked for her. She's amazing.
Okay, I just talked to Britt, literally just got off with her.
Oh, wow.
And we were talking about how the married partners, such as yourselves, will have to be living apart. And I asked her, well, who do you think will have the easiest time and the toughest time? Who do you think she said?
Really? Who do you think she said?
I reckon she said the easiest will be us, right?
She knows. She probably knows us about the best. Did she say we'd have the easiest time?
She said you'd have the easiest time.
You know, it's so funny when our amazing producers told us, okay, so we have some news for you. You're going to have to be quarantining separately. I laughed, and it was so embarrassing because they were like, are you happy? I was like, I just am nervous. I just started laughing. I just don't know why. But also, we came to the executive decision that I would be the one moving out because
she would burn the house down if she was here. Okay. So I think we made that choice literally on that, just to say, maybe I think it's best that you go and stay there and I'll stay here. Lots of FaceTime. And, you know, it's really important to do these things. It's great that the producers have thought of this because, you know, they're trying to come up with all the safe angles, lots of masks, lots of distancing. There's lots of things happening. And this is one way of making sure that everyone's safe, strong, and the show goes on, because we need the show.
I know, we really do. We love the fact that everybody's worked so hard up until even just this point to allow the show to happen.
You basically said, look, yes, we're married, but we're okay with living apart to get this show on the air.
I was like, I'm totally fine. I'm just kidding. Totally fine.
Okay, key questions. One, how would she burn the house down?
Well, you know, cooking.
I forget the gas.
Great chef. All my flowers would die.
Flowers would die.
Dog would die.
No, the dog wouldn't die, but she might be a little skinnier.
Sasha's also getting the dog.
Sasha's also getting the dog. I'm getting the boost.
Like, the house would be a mess.
I'm taking my artwork because I need a lot of art.
Okay, so you're only taking things that aren't living. No living things are staying.
No living things. Okay. All of my plants may or may not be fake.
I am a how would I say it?
Domestic.
Man-made housewife.
A man-made housewife. So not one of those things is true because you're not a man-made man and you're not a housewife.
Yeah.
But we'll go with it.
We'll call you.
You know what I meant.
You're the more responsible one. It sounds like, really.
Yes, I'll give him that.
Emma, will you take your mirror ball with you for good luck?
Yes. Take it.
No, I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna leave it here.
I might sell it, auction it off on eBay.
No way. No way.
Britt said that you guys would have the easiest time because you're both just very strong individuals on your own. But what will it be like? I know you guys are also best friends. How much will you miss each other? Oh.
In all seriousness, it is gonna be really weird and really hard because normally during a lot of Dancing with Stars seasons, either I'm traveling or he's traveling, but we still get to see each other on Sunday or Monday. And this time we will, but it might be like from across the ballroom.
Let's be realistic, baby. She always tells me during every season that I stress her out.
He does stress me out a little bit. Like sometimes I would come home every night and he would be like further along in the routine than me. And he's stressing and he's like, oh my God, do you think it's good enough? And I'm like, you're like on next week's dance and I'm still completing this week's dance. So then I get like, oh my God, I should be further along than I am. But no, it is going to be hard because we are best friends, but I know we're going to have each other on speed dial all the time. We live together right now. We're in each other's faces for 24 hours. We still manage to call and text each other a lot. It's really weird, even if we're just in separate sides of the house.
So how long?
I know it'll take a lot.
How long will you be apart for?
Well,
as long as it, you know,
I'm moving in Thursday this week, and for as long as we're in the competition, we will be apart. That's the information that we know at the moment.
What was your reaction when you got this news that you would have to be totally apart?
This one celebrated.
I laughed. I laughed. Because I was nervous, it's so embarrassing. Sometimes I laugh when things get really like awkward or nervous. So they told me and I was like, oh God. And
you won't even be able to hug and kiss each other.
No, literally, it's not even 6 feet. I think they're enforcing 8 feet distance. We can't prep together. I can't, if I've forgotten something at home, bear in mind, I'm a woman, right? I like my stuff. As non-materialistic as I like to think I am, I have my vices. So when I leave in a couple of days, that's it. Like if I forget something, we're gonna have to negotiate a way to for him to leave it outside, sanitize it, and then for me to come and pick it up.
I can't.
I guess it's important to follow these rules if you want to keep the show going.
We have to.
Well, yeah, because the idea, right, would be you don't want multiple pros to get it and for everybody to go down for the count. But I'm secretly wondering, after Lindsay and Whitney both announced pregnancies, I was wondering, is this actually them trying to prevent any more Dancing with the Stars pregnancies so that the cast stays around?
Yes. I know. Can you imagine them having a meeting in the boardroom, guys? There's two. We need to actually stop the pregnancies because we need a show. So no, they would never do that. And it's. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be interesting for people who might want to try to do that, but I'm not saying that that's us.
Well, Val has I know it is Sasha because Sasha and Val have been telling me for a long time they have baby fever and they're ready. So
the boys have baby fever, right?
Hey, if I could carry it and have it,
that'd be perfect.
I would do it in a heartbeat. I would look after it.
Okay. Well, you guys have until Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday, exactly right. He's either it's a baby or it's a German Shepherd. I'm like, hey, what rescue place is close by?
All right. Well, I as I said, I was just talking to Britt. Britt said she thinks this is going to feel like a brand new show.
Well,
tell me how it will. Why are you guys all saying that?
Well, I feel like the sheer fact that so much of the show is just human connection and interaction. Now, when we rehearse throughout the week, we can't go into each other's rooms. We usually do this thing called show and tell, where later on in the week, we'll go into each other's rooms and we'll sit down and we'll watch each other perform. And it's really handy. We'll give each other notes. I'll go into someone's room, Keo will help me so much. Keo, I'll call him, I'll say, Keo, can you come in here for a sec? He'll come and we'll work out some stuff together. And we do that for everybody. All the pros are like that. All the celebrities, they all like to meet in the little crafty area and have tea and talk about how their feet are killing them. And, oh my God, the cha-cha is the worst. No, the rumba's the worst. And now we can't have that. But it's gonna be different because the cameras are gonna be in the room with us the entire time, so it's going to be very interesting. You and your partner are going to have everything recorded, and I think the things that are going to come up from that are going to be hilarious.
Having a meeting with the executive producers and the producers and them telling us an insight of what's going to happen, I think it's even listening to that, these changes I think are going to stay on after all, this whole pandemic is gone, because these changes are pretty cool. Fortunately, we can't say too much, but they found the best formula and the best way for this show to happen. And I think this is gonna definitely up the show and definitely up the dancing and definitely up the effects and definitely make people want to watch it to see oh wow, that's how that happened.
Yeah, we're gonna make history this season.
Why do you think it's gonna up the dancing?
Well, there's just so many little things that were in the mix that we can't just say yet, that are full-on game changers that when we heard them, we were like, oh gosh, why didn't we do this before? This is going to be epic.
I think it's going to be different in how we dance with our partners too. Are we going to do close contact a lot of the time? I know that you have been dancing with your partner and I guess, in a sense, quarantining with them, but there was a discussion is it going to change the way we think about dancing? And it's going to be really creative and keep us on our toes. And there's going to be some fresh new looks. Plus, don't forget, we have more pros this season, so everybody's gonna be trying really hard to just pull out the stops, and I think it's gonna be really unique. And I'm sure, or I'm hearing, that the cast is gonna be phenomenal. I don't know who anyone is yet, but it's gonna be great.
The cast is gonna be great.